Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 8 of my full platinum walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. Okay, so we're going to Smouldering Lake this time. This is the side area of the previous video we've just done, Catacombs of Carthus, so we've got that side area we kind of dipped our toe into. First thing we want to do is buy Flash Sweat, which is a Pyromancy. So what we're going to do is a couple of suicide runs. Unfortunately, there's not really any other way around it. Well, we need to grab 2 Pyromancies out of lava. So we need to get our fire protection up to a decent amount. Not as high as possible, but a decent amount. So go over here and buy Flash Sweat. We do have some Pyromancy tomes to give to him, but we'll leave it for now. We have some others that we need to give to Carla, as she's going to appear soon-ish when we get to her, and she sort of takes the dark ones. So yeah, don't worry, unless you want Pyromancies, of course. Then you'll need to go to the bonfire and attune spell and put Flash Sweat into your only slot. If you're the same build as me, you'll only have the one slot. And yeah, so what it does essentially is ups your fire protection. So go to Pyromancy Flame. If it's in your inventory in the box, then grab your Pyromancy Flame as well. And you equip it like a weapon, press R1, and then you're going to get extra fire protection. You'll see the blue bar went down a little bit. That's kind of how much MP it takes, magic power, whatever the hell it's called. You could also do with grabbing some red bug pellets. Yeah, I do come back and get those later on. You should have some already, but you can buy them from Patches, so we'll go and get his second gesture off him at the same time. And then when you're done with that, teleport to Catacombs of Carthus. So this is the place we went to before, for Horus. So we went right last time, we're going to go straight on. Now there's the big ballista that's shooting at you the whole time here, so it's really hard to time when you can't see it. So I just kind of tend to just dodge and try and hide behind trees. So you say queens as quickly as possible. Trees as quickly as possible. Yeah, there's a big worm. Now what we're going to do is actually try and use... This does not go too well at all. I wasn't quick enough. I should have just gone for it as the worm sort of spawned in. But the worm does lightning, and it only sort of does it when you're facing it. Like, how close is that? Yeah, go for it. As soon as the worms sort of start spawning, just run. But the idea is you want to get behind it and use the ballista to kill the worm. Now this can be a bit of a pain, but if you kind of try and find a safe spot almost, there isn't really any, but you need sort of a safe spot where you can see where the arrows, the bolts, whatever, are coming towards you. You can see it there just at the last moment. It's coming from directly above where I am there. And try and dodge from side to side. Try and count. It's just a timing thing. There's no easy way to sort of say when to dodge. It's kind of, you're just going to have to try and test it out and time it. And just heal through it. Don't worry, this is the only thing we're going to be doing, so use all of your Estus to get this done. We need to kill this worm. It doesn't look like it's taking damage, but it is. You can see that it doesn't do lightning behind it, it just kind of does it in front. Don't go and try and hit it, because that'll happen as well. Yeah, just what to show you, it is actually taking damage. It doesn't look like it, you can't really see its health bar, but it is. So just keep rolling from side to side and try and get the arrows to... doesn't look like the arrows are hitting it either, but they are doing damage to it. I think its whole hitbox is the floor where I am, pretty much. It definitely seems like it anyway. I don't know. The arrows will eventually kill it. I'm trying to do a little bit. I think it's like 1 or 2 shots more and it'll do it. We are going to go and turn that ballista off. It's like the last thing we do. We don't actually need to do it, but we need to get quite close to it anyway, so we will do it. Got to time this one. No, not timing it. I've never got the timing right on this bloody thing. It's horrible. It's horrible. But yeah, just keep healing. There's a bonfire right next to us, and of course if you die, then just run back. And then you saw there quickly, I got an Undead Bone Shard and a miracle, which is called Lightning Stake, which is weird because I always think it's Strike. Anyway, after the worm is finally dead, don't grab the items yet, just wait a moment. Run over here, grab the large Titanite, run down here, and use this bonfire. Like this. And you can see there's a summon in the corner. That's Sorig. We will be using him for the boss fight. You can also use him for the whole area if you want. He's the guy with the big Fume Knight, Ultra Greatsword Mega thing that hurts a lot. So yeah, having him around is not a bad idea. If you're embered, then yeah, of course, go for it. We'll go back in there in a moment. We're just going to go and grab the Speckled Stoneplate ring. Yeah, this is kind of not a missable ring, but if you go up and turn the ballista off, you'll kind of have to go back up and turn the ballista back on if you miss this one. So wait for it to hit the 3, you'll see them sort of come through, and then run around the side of this tree and try and make it to the other tree round here. You probably won't. It's close. It's close. I was just a few more steps forward and it would have started missing me. And then head for this wall. You'll have to play a bit of chicken now. So look up. You can kind of just see it there in the distance, and look for the arrows as they come towards you. And we're just using the arrows have kind of an AoE, and they're going to break that wall down, and you'll be able to grab the Speckled Stoneplate ring. That's the only way to get that. There's no other way of breaking that wall. And that's one of the rings we're going to be using. What the Speckled Stoneplate ring does is like the other Stoneplates rings combined. So the fire, lightning and all that, they all increase resistance to whatever their ring is. This one does all of them, but at a lesser amount. So the Shield of Want there, and another large Titanite Shard. The Shield of Want is basically the Silver Covetous ring, so if you've got it equipped, you'll get more souls from kills. It's quite heavy. You can use it in conjunction with farming later on if you want more souls, as opposed to carrying the Crystal Rapier, or whichever. If you want to mess around with the combinations with item discovery, because I've always found that having the top item discovery doesn't work the best. For me anyway, because it's a weird stat. It seems to increase common items more than it increases rare items at a certain point, so it just you can go sort of overboard with it. I've had more success kind of being stuck in the middle when it comes to item discovery. So I'm going to level up. Did I actually level up, or did I not? I didn't have enough then, did I? Another thing I forget to do here, but will do later on, is upgrade the my weapon. You can come and do that now. You should have enough large Titanite if you've got lucky with your drops. We just picked 2 large up. So you should be able to pick that up and go into chunks as well. So use those up. So you'll go from large Titanite to Titanite chunks. You should have a couple of those and go straight up to that upgrade. So I'm looking for red bug pellets here. She doesn't actually have them for sale yet. She's got yellow and black. I swear she used to sell red. It must be one of the ashes that we haven't given her yet. So the umbral ashes. So we'll do that later. So Patches does definitely sell them. So we'll go up and see Patches. We can actually get his squat. Hopefully he's in the squat sort of position for you as well. And once you speak to him when he is, you'll get the gesture. You do need to do this at some point, so keep checking on him. Patches squat, there we go. And then we'll go to purchase. And then red bug pellets. You should have a few. I've got 5 on me and 2 in storage. So that's more than enough. We only need 2. So make sure you've got at least 2. Yeah, that's another thing that increases fire resistance as well. You may also want to look through your armour and see which one has the greatest fire resistance of the ones that we have. It's not necessary, but it can help. We will have enough with kind of what we've got. But we're going to do that later on and do a bit of a suicide run. So here's Soric. If you're embered, feel free to summon him in and give you a hand. It's going to help in this area. If you've played Dark Souls 1, then this will kind of be familiar. A lot of stuff down here will be familiar. It's basically Demon Ruins. Some of the same enemies, and then some new ones like these things, which are quite annoying, especially if there's more than one. They do hit hard. That's fine. I can deal with that. You can roll through the attacks quite easily. What they do also do is summon these orbs into the sky, and there's one shooting me behind me. I try and get around and have a look before it disappears, but once you kill them, they disappear. But while they're alive, the enemies, that is, those orbs are going to be... There's one. Those 2, actually. They're going to fire like a pyromancy, like a fireball at you the whole time. So they do have individual life bars, so you can kill them. If you want to, you can use a bow and arrow and try and snipe them, just to kind of try and get rid of them. Yeah, well, that's the more important thing. The fact that they have those, and you need to try and avoid those. So yeah, you know these guys, these guru. This poison cloud is really large. They do poison damage as well. So yeah, you want to be aware that you might get poisoned at this point. You can either weather the storm and let the poison just kind of drain off, which it won't do too much. Maybe an Estus flask at most, or you can use a purple moss clump if you've got some. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I just kind of run for it at this point and go for it, and forgot there's actually more than this here. There's 4 round here, not 3. But I am poisoned at this point. Yeah, it's really slow in this game. Poison is nowhere near as bad as it used to be. But I'm just going to use a purple moss clump to get rid of it. Now, this is another kind of a maze area. I'm going to be linking the areas, telling you where we are to make sort of tying everything together so you know where we are. Right, do not run into this room. We have 2 of the ones that don't carry a weapon and they jump at you. Like, the jump it has quite a reach on it. Like, the grab, he was nowhere near. He will become super powered once he grabs you. The damage you actually take isn't too bad, but he sort of gets a blood rage going on. And that's obviously something you're going to want to avoid, so yeah, watch out. So yeah, what you would probably do is run into this room and see him and just go running for him, and then the one from the side will get you. That's kind of the trick they've set up, so just don't fall for it. And in here there is a flame guy statue thing, and a thing on the ceiling. So I'm trying to get the thing on the ceiling to drop down. Now, you don't actually have to come in this room. It's not 100% necessary. There is an Ember, so it's worth coming in just to grab this Ember, I suppose. Of course, if you're short of them, definitely. And there is sort of a jump that you can do. It's a very difficult jump, but it's not necessary to do it because we can go and get the item from another side. So yeah, it's just showing the enemies where we are, getting all the rooms so in case you don't run in here by accident as well. These things are actually quite easy. 3 hits will take them down. And grab the Ember. Now you've got this jump here. It's really, really tight. You need to jump right at the last moment to get over there. It's a Titanite Shard. Not a Titanite Shard, sorry, an Estus Shard. You can drop down, don't worry. If you do, you'll just go into another room. I'll show you which room it is in a minute. We do need to go in there anyway. But we're going to go and fight 2 of those kind of pyromancy with an axe guys. And usually they only get aggroed 1 at a time. For me, they've both got aggroed at the same time, and that's not easy having 2 of these guys after you at the same time. If you're good with the bow and they haven't kind of seen you yet, you can pick off these orbs. I'm going to show you they do have a life bar. If they are low enough, you can hit them and kill them. Maybe pick them off with a bow. Maybe try and pick these guys off from above with the bow. It's probably not going to be very easy, but 2 together is just not something you want. They have a really powerful grab attack. Their axe attack, when they slam it down on the ground, just kind of double hand it and slam it straight down onto the floor in front of them. That can one-shot you if you're not careful. Yeah, they're not nice together. Luckily, one does wander off at this point. One-on-one, they're not too bad. You can go under their first attack, or when they cast like that, get behind them and try and get a backstab. Then charge an R2, and then just go on at them with L1. I don't know why I didn't take much damage there at all. That should have wiped me out. That's what you want to avoid. Try and look at all the orbs in the sky. He's got no health. That was so close. That's not fair. Now the other one's back again. Yeah, just go. It's fine. Get rid of him. One-on-one. Yeah, you can see there the orbs just kind of disappeared. Some of them did. I'm trying to get behind him. Can't get it. Yeah, there we go. When he starts casting, just go at them and just get rid of them. And I get hit by the orb again. It's just a last second, like it's disappearing at that point. Last second hit in. Right, now that all this was for a reason, don't worry, we're not doing this for fun. There is another Undead Bone Shards. That's 2 very quickly together here. There is a thing on the ceiling. I try and go around the side of it. I don't think you can with this one. But yeah, that's what happens. So keep pressing R1, X. Whenever you get caught in a grab, you can actually get out of it by pressing the buttons. There's kind of a health bar to the grab, I believe. So sometimes you'll get out of a grab more quickly than other times. It's weird. But yeah, hitting the buttons does actually work. So yeah, grab the Undead Bone Shard. The other place, so that's the place we'll go later on. So I'll show you where that links up. That's the stairs up to the first part. That's the stairs up to the second part. So we've been up both of those, or not been up the second one, the first one. But we've been up there in total. And then we're going to run down here. Watch out, there might be one of these dog things. Dog Grues, Gruhu, whatever they're called. They do quite commonly drop Titanite Shards, including large ones. This is an illusionary wall. You do not need to come in here on this playthrough, but you will do in a new game plus or plus plus. I'm not sure exactly which one at this point, but there is going to be a ring in here in the future. Black Knight. They're not too bad. The ones with the axe really aren't too bad because they're so slow. Just sort of go under their shield arm and you should be able to get behind them, get the backstab, and then charge R2 to kill them. Black Knight Sword, if you're into heavier weapons, then yeah, it could be a good one for you. And that's all that's in there for now. And we're making our way back round. And the next room, not this one, the one after, is going to be the room that you would have dropped into if you tried to make that jump and didn't make it. If you did make it, obviously I'll show you where that is. I couldn't get around the side of him. I ran out of room. They do actually hurt quite a bit, a fair amount. With these guys, I just use a similar tactic as you would with normal dogs, just kind of let them bounce off the shield. And there's another one in the corner here, trying to hide. Now there is a second way into this Demon Ruins in total from the Smouldering Lake. Near where we had that wall breakdown for the Speckled Stoneplate ring, there is a floor with a similar sort of brick pattern to it. If the ballista hits that, the floor collapses and you can fall through. I will show you where that is as well. But for the sake of just doing it all in one place so you wouldn't get lost, we're just coming in the main entrance. But that's going to be coming up. There's going to be another bonfire in a moment. Another Ember, always come in handy. We are going to have to, unfortunately, Ember twice to die just to get the extra health to help us get the lava items. So make sure you do have a couple of Embers. We just have picked up a couple. And then we're going to light this bonfire. So this is kind of the alternate way in that we're going to be doing. I need to get this guy out of the way. Fighting them in a tight space is not something I would advise. They're just too powerful to take on head on. You need to really get behind them for that. And once you are, you can get the charge on them. You can just go double-handed and just get rid of them pretty quickly. It's cast the orb and then it disappears. A large Titanite as well, thank you very much. So straight ahead we're going to be going into there in a moment, but we're just going to show you where the other alternate way is into this area, kind of, where you would have dropped in anyway. So there, where I am now, I'll look up in a moment on the way back. This is a dead end. We're just coming down here to kill a crystal lizard, so as you go around this corner, be ready to go for it. Chaos Gem, so another one that we need to infuse a weapon with the Chaos Gem, so we need that. And then we run back, and you can kind of see where it is, the break in the ceiling. So that's the Smouldering Lake directly above us. You'll hear it above you as well at this point. So just kind of in front of that wall that we broke down for the ring, there's that floor, that's where we are. Right, there's 3 guys in here, so don't just go running in here. You kind of have to get their attention one at a time. Unfortunately, they do poison, so you kind of... I'm just going to go for it. Double hand and charge. They are quite easy to break their shield. Shield guard. I'm just going to go for it with this one. I couldn't get the lock on, so I'm just kind of spinning around hopelessly. And down you go. So this is the Izalith Pyromancy Tome we're going to pick up. So one of the many Pyromancy Tomes. We're going to be picking up another one in this area as well. So Izalith, if you've played Dark Souls 1, again, that will make sense. Lost Izalith. So yeah, this is the bonfire. And from the bonfire, go into this corner, hit this wall. And that's the room where we fought the 2 guys. Got the Undead Bone Shard. And then just, you can see there's loads of guys on the ceiling here. The blobs. Just run for it. And then get the Estus Shard. And this is the drop. So if you drop down, you're going to be in that room where the 3 Grus were. So up to the left hand side is going to be the way back to the bonfire. So it's all full circle. So it's quite a short area. You may have noticed right at the beginning by that worm, I didn't actually mention it while we were there, that fog gate is the boss of the area. It's a really quick area if you want it to be, but obviously there's a lot going on. Now we're going to do a bit of fire walking, lava walking. So get some red bug pellets, make sure you've got everything, your fire stoneplate ring, flame stoneplate ring, your speckled stoneplate ring. Have a look through your armour, see which has the best fire defense. I'm just going to go with this one. The best armour in the game for fire defense is Havel's armour. We're not going to get that until a lot later on though, and it's extremely heavy. So reinforce Estus Flask, reinforce weapons, level up if you want to. You're going to want to get rid of all of your souls really. I'm okay losing 7,000, I'm fine with it. I probably should have leveled up, used some of the kind of hard souls and leveled up, or just bought something. But you are going to lose your souls, so be aware of that. Undead Bone Shard, use both of those, so it's quite strong now, the Estus Flask, and we can use it quite a lot. And then we're going to go back to this bonfire, the one we just left. And this is kind of the one you're going to want to use from now on. So in this room where the 3 are, you'll just need to fight the first one, the one without the shield. The other 2 won't wake up. And then from here we're going to go through this door, and this is where the dogs are. And you got the flame guy on the left. He won't wake up as long as you don't go near him. I think I do actually go near him to kill this guy. So usually he wouldn't wake up. There's going to be a dog thing behind me. That's not fun. But like I said, this is a suicide run that we're doing now. See, we've had to do this in all of the Dark Souls. In all of the Dark Souls games, there is this suicide run you need to do through lava to get an item. This is probably the worst because we have to do it twice, but it's also the easiest one. It's not very far that we need to run, but it is still going to kill you pretty quickly. So I've gone in that room where the 2 sort of pyromancy casters were, and gone straight to the left hand side and run down through the corridor. So there's a dead end. I'll just kind of show you, linking everything up again. I'll show you where that is later on. Well, it's just down there, just so you kind of know there's a hole in the floor. Don't just run around that corner. 3 rats in here. Nope, he's gone. We'll leave him. And an illusionary wall. Definitely doesn't look like it would be. And then that's the room with the casters in. This is the item you could see in the distance. And that's Quelana's Pyromancy Tome. So Quelana, Quelag's sister there from the first game again. And this is our lava pool we need to run to. Thankfully, we only need to make it to that first item. So I'm going to start equipping things, but I'm actually going to start getting attacked in a moment from... There is those little lava blobs. There's one coming towards me right now. So maybe wait to draw him out and then kill him. And then there's one right by the item as well. So yeah, you're going to want to be quick with this. So I'm just switching my shield back. So the shield can help as well. It has a bit of extra fire defense. I believe if you hold your shield up as you're going in... I didn't want to try this because I just wanted to go for it. If you hold the shield up as you go in, you can kind of block the damage, I believe. I should have tried it to show you. The shield I'm using is the Dragon Crest shield. It's the highest fire protection of any shield in the game, or that we definitely have access to anyway. And then ring wise, you're going to want to change your leave your health ring on and your endurance ring, because you'll need definitely the health. And then you'll want the Speckled Stoneplate ring, and then you're going to want the Flame Stoneplate ring. You're also going to want the Pyromancy hand, of course. You're going to want the Red Bug Pellets, and then you're set. So have the Pyromancy equipped, Red Bug Pellets ready to go. Go near to the edge, Red Bug Pellet first, Flash Sweat, and then run. Look how much damage. Like, run. I shouldn't have stopped here because I didn't see that thing at the last moment. And then just grab it. You're going to die. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. That's why I'm saying Ember as well. You get that extra health. You're probably going to need it. Like, you could probably run and just try and get the item as quickly as possible. Just go for it. Of course, I would have recommend that you make a save before doing this as well. Do a backup save. Because you're gonna die, and you might not make it, and you don't want to waste your resources. So I'm putting everything else back. So unfortunately, that's not the only time we have to do that. We are going to have to do that again. The Night Slayer's ring, I was debating whether to put that on, but we'll just go with it's probably better than the life ring, to be honest. And now we're going to run back, so and carry on. I think it's so close that we get the other guy woken up. No? No, because I got the item. I should have just left it. Never mind. So yeah, you'll be doing this run back quite a few times, so you'll get used to it. Because we're going to be dying. That is the kind of like the closest bonfire. Or the easiest run back anyway. You probably use the other bonfire and just go down the stairs. It might actually be quicker, you know, thinking about it. You could avoid the caster, just run down the stairs, and then run down here and try and avoid the ones being thrown at you from behind. I suppose it's about the same anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, the reason I kill these rats is they have a tendency to follow you, so rats are one of the worst things for following you wherever you go. I'm just running down here on the off chance that my souls are on the thing, and they are not. They are right in the middle of the lava. Unfortunately, the game does not care about souls and just leaves them in the lava. So, yeah, they're gone. That's why I'm saying you should have spent them. So, hopefully you didn't have too many. There's going to be a rat to the left, and there's that drop again. That drop is actually dropping you into the lava, so that's not one you want to do, that's for sure. And then down here is going to be the rat that you can see this big rat from the big break in the floor, from where we got Quelana's Pyromancy Tome. That's where that drops down. It's not necessary to drop on them. There's a load of rats in the back corner. Don't go near them, you don't have to deal with them. Illusionary Wall, large Titanite Shard, Illusionary Wall, Izalith Staff, if you're into that sort of thing. But we are not. We don't do casting, so okay. These guys... Whoa, that's close. I thought I was going to kill them as I dropped on them, but I did not. So you try and kill them as you drop. Chances are you might not. Yeah, they're simple enough. They don't attack you. The only thing they do is this spray. But of course, if that fills, you instantly die. So let it wear off a bit. And just to kind of show you where we are, I'm sure you know this is very obvious, but we're there. I just did that to let the curse wear off a bit. There are another couple around here. There's actually a lot more than I remembered around here. There's like 3 or 4. Okay. And then Titanite Scale just lying in the open like that. Very strange. So that's another upgrade material for kind of rarer, for dragon-based weapons. And then we've got to our another suicide run to do. So I would definitely recommend doing a backup save here, which is I'm actually going to do that now. Do a backup save because we've got another suicide run coming up. So exactly the same as last time. Get your Dragon Crestfallen. It doesn't matter if you can't wield it properly, that's fine. I'm taking the weapons off for extra weight, of course. Speckled ring, flames, stoneplate ring, red bug pellets, pyromancy. I'm actually having to use an ember just to get that extra health. It's going to help. Now the reason I'm doing it here and not in front of the lava is to the right. As we run around this corner, we're going to see Sorig. So you're going to have to run and roll through his attack. He's going to be here, so get ready. Straight underneath him and just run, and then you want to hug to the left hand corner, get as far as you can before having to go in the lava, and then run and grab this item quickly. Maybe do a heal. Sacred Flame, that's what we're here for. And this is actually the easiest way to kill Sorig. He's really difficult, but his dumbass will go and kneel in the lava if you die, so that's him dead as well. 2 birds with 1 stone, so to speak. So yeah, unfortunately that's another suicide run. I moved forward before equipping my stuff here, so the caster guy is following me at this point. I should have just run for it, but I don't have my weapons ready. Do I have enough time to do it? I thought I did anyway, but he's going to be right behind me in a second. No. Just leave me alone for a second. I just want to change my rings, that's all. Okay, back to normal. So yeah, you can see we did Sorig in the earlier one. We did his Black Phantom version. That's why he's available for us to summon him. All we needed from him was the ring and the gesture. We can now get his Fume Ultra Greatsword and Black Iron Greatshield. So if he didn't die for you, don't worry about it. You don't need to fight him unless you want the Fume Ultra Greatsword and Black Iron Greatshield. Not for our build whatsoever. They're extremely heavy, both of them. So yeah, not something we would ever use. But don't worry, if he didn't die, you don't need to kill him. We don't need to go down there. As long as you got that pyromancy, that's all that counts. And we're doing that run back. Like I said, you're going to get used to doing this run back because you're doing it quite a few times. Gotta kill these stupid rats because they always follow you. And yeah, we're nearly done with the area. With regards to what we actually need to grab, we are actually done. But we're so close to the ballista on the top that I'm going to show you where it is, how to turn it off. You can actually turn it off, and you're free to run around the Smouldering Lake then and have a look around. But with regards to what we actually need from this area, we're done. So you don't actually have to fight all these enemies as you go through here. You can kill that first one and just run for it. You can probably run past the first one as well, to be honest. And we'll go down here, and then we're going to get Sorig's items. They will be here for you if he's died. There is a funny little clip video on my channel. It's a few uploads before this series. Just a little 30-second clip of me against Sorig in the practice. I took him up to the Black Knight. There's a Black Knight up here. You can make them fight. I took him up here. They fought, they both fell into the lava, and I had to deal with neither of them. Was quite surprising, actually. The Black Knight won. The Black Knight did knock Sorig off, which I was really not expecting, and then he went and jumped off and killed himself anyway. So same with this one as well. Black Knights are a lot simpler than you might think. If they have a shield. If they just have the sword, then they are a problem. If they have a shield, they are going to be protecting with it, which gives you that window to get behind them. You don't need to fight that guy. You can actually just make a run for the ladder and just go up the ladder, but we want that soul, don't we? Just be aware that he may hit you as you're going up the ladder. He is quite quick. And then we've got a long old climb all the way up to the top where the ballista is. Okay, there is an item. It's not on this level. I don't know why I'm looking around. I know it's not on this level. It's on the one above, the Dragonrider Bow. It requires quite a lot of strength. It's quite a big bow, so it's not one we would use. But if you have strength, adequate strength, then yeah, go for it. So in the next area we're going to, the next video, it's going to be Irithyll. In Irithyll we're going to get the gold Serpent ring, which is going to help. It's going to be like the final piece to our farming puzzle. So from that point on, at the end of the next video, I'm going to show you all of the farming spot once again, and then I'm going to say go for it and do it in between, because I'm going to be doing it in between. I'm not going to be recording the whole farming, but I'm going to show you how to do each one and then leave you to it, and it will need to be done by the end of this playthrough. Of course I'm going to let you know, but just let you know when I've done it and how many souls, how many items I've got till that point, and then I'll show you at the beginning of the video what I buy with those souls. So you're not going to miss anything, but you're actually not going to see the repetitive farming part of it, because you don't need to see that. So at this point, yeah, the ballista's back on you as you come out into the open, so just drop down to the left hand side where I did. Watch out for the bone wheels on the right. There's no need to go near them. 2 skeletons here, and then these 2 with the kind of shuttle blades here. This first one kills me. I was not expecting this at all. So I'm not going to show the whole run back, obviously. I'm just going to show you how I died. These guys are pretty horrible, to be honest. It's this jump here he does. Wow. Just wow. Okay. So we're having that, are we? So yeah, fade to black, and we're back again. Let's try that again. The best thing to do with these ones is just actually attack. Look for that window, and as soon as there is one, just go for it. Obviously try and hit him though, not just waft in the air like I just did. Because they do stagger really easily. You can see that he's stun locked. He can't do anything. So once you get him into that, as long as you don't run out of endurance, you'll kill them. And they do have that tendency to run around and do the horrible thing there. Red eyes as well. I think that's probably why he hit harder, because he does have the red eyes. But anyway, once those 2 are dead, we are clear. This is the ballista here. It can't get you from here, obviously. If you run around, hit the switch underneath, it's going to turn it off. Now technically we didn't need to come up and do this, but of course if you want to run around Smouldering Lake and have a look around, then you will. It'll stop it, and it's just nice for it to not be on. We do need to come up here in New Game Plus. We're not going to come here in New Game Plus because we don't need to come in here, this whole area at all. We don't need to come here, so we're not going to. In New Game Plus we do, so we will be back, and we need to come all the way up here to the ballista. So we're just going to run it. We're not going to take the whole area on. We're just going to run the most effective path through and get the ballista offline. And there's a ring next to it. That's why we have to do it. So nice and peaceful now. You can just run around. There's 3 large Titanite shards. There is a chaos gem. Yes, but we have a chaos gem that we got from the crystal lizard. If you didn't manage to get it for whatever reason, you can go and get this one. I'll show you where it is. I'm not going to get it myself. I don't need to. I don't feel like fighting the crabs. Here's that part of the floor I was talking about. You can get the ballista to break it. There's the wall over there. There's a ballista. You just sort of stand here and it'll break the floor and you can fall through. But we went in the other one. So behind those crabs, if you go down to those crabs, I think there's like 2 or 3. Yeah, there's 3 there. To the left-hand side, there is a Chaos Gem. We already have one, so we don't need to go and do that. Or if you didn't get it from the Crystal Lizard, you will need to go and do that. They're just normal crabs, the same as the other ones. And yeah, that's it. That's this area done. Like I said, the boss for this is really easy. It's there. It's been there the whole time. But we need to divert, get those pyromancies and things like that. So I'm just going to go and get Sorig. I would actually get him to help you if you're embered. To help, even if you're not, maybe with this one it might be worth bringing in a summon. Of course, if there's a player, the gold sign near the gate, bring them in, get that sunlight medal. So I didn't actually realise you could do this, but I summoned Sorig in, and then I realised I've not sat down and I've not got my full Estus, so I quickly sit down, and it actually works. Because you usually can't interact with the bonfire. He's not technically in the game yet. Now he is. So it actually worked. You can't usually sit at a bonfire when there's a summon. Anyway. Sorig is going to help. Obviously he's got that big old greatsword, so he's going to do a fair amount of damage. And we're going to go and take on Old Demon King. He does have a trophy tied to him, and we do need his soul for a pyromancy. Here's another summon. This is Great Swamp. That name, I'm not even going to try and say it. Yeah, it's up to you, whoever you want to bring in. If Sorig isn't there for you for whatever reason, I mean he should be, she will always be there, so bring her in. And yeah, double hand. You've fought this guy before, twice. In theory, he's not the same because this one has quite a few more attacks, but it is the same, basically. So don't try and guard his attacks, just try and roll through them, don't not do anything. And yeah, just double hand, and you see how much damage we're doing, a fair amount. There isn't much to actually watch out for this guy if you do it quickly. Obviously he has his normal slams, and he has a little thing that he does here. So he will hit the floor. If that would have gone through, it didn't because Sorig stopped it. But a ring of fire will sort of emanate from where he is and go out. Sometimes it will come from out in. If it does, it will then go out afterwards. It'll be a double one. The one you want to watch out for is when he waves his big stick in the air. You're going to see there's going to be a load of orbs in the sky. Just hide behind one of these piles so they don't get you, and then carry on. It's a fairly simple, straightforward fight if you're quick. Don't hang around. Dodge into him. You can see his melee attacks can't even get to you if you dodge in front of him. And take care of him nice and quickly, and that's the Old Demon King done. Of course, Sorig put his work in. He took a lot of the damage, actually. That's always the reason to bring a summon in, is they take the focus, and while they're in taking the focus, taking the damage, you just sneak up behind the boss and hit it with lots of L1s very quickly. And that's it. Nice and easy. So, leveling up. Just going to do the normal cleanup at this point. I'm going to grab 2 pyromancies from the little guy behind us on the throne. So I'm going to start. I'm going to put a few more into decks. I will just mention soft caps as well. So where you want to stop when you're farming, I'll mention this at the end of the next video with regards to farming again as well. But soft caps with regards to endurance, dexterity, and vigor. Vigor you want to stop at about 50. So that's health. That's kind of, you don't want to go past 49, 50. You're diminishing returns quite a lot from there. Dexterity, you're going to want the soft cap is 40, but we will just carry on with that because it's kind of what we're using. And then endurance is 40. Just stop at 40. You don't get any more endurance, any more stamina after that. So buy the Chaos Bed Vestiges with the soul we just got, and then the Black Serpent one with Wolnir's. So buy those 2 pyromancies. One of them's free, one of them's 5,000. And then you've got a couple of extra things here. You've got the Demon Soul, which is the one that we got from the other Fire Demon at the bottom of near the lake, before the lake, Smouldering Lake. And yeah, I used some souls in the idea of leveling up twice, then I remembered we'll just go and buy the Pyromancies, get that done. So Dex, yeah, it does cap at 40, diminishing returns on scaling, but what else are we going to put it into? We don't need anything else. Maybe a bit more weight, vitality, what have you. But yeah, pretty much that's it. Right, that's it for this one. Just doing clean up. On to Irithyll next. Quite a beautiful place, to be honest. So a lot different to where we've just been. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.